For more, we're joined by Jason Brodsky. He's the policy director of United Against Nuclear Iran, joining us from Washington. Thanks for being with us here. Look, I want to bring the U.S. into this discussion with you here. Now, setting missile defenses to Israel, significant defenses. Meanwhile, there are reports of depleted interceptors here in Israel. So on top of that, there's reports claiming that Biden's tried to tamp down any moves against the Iranian regime, essentially. Look, is the closing month of this Biden administration set to be defined by him shielding Hezbollah and saving Iran's nuclear program from Israel?
Well, it's great to be with you. I've been very concerned about the Biden administration making its intentions vis-à-vis Israel's attack against the Islamic Republic so public. It does not serve U.S. national security interests, much less Israeli national security interests, for the U.S. officials to be telling Israel and acting like almost like the Islamic Republic of Iran's defense lawyer, which targets are off limits, which are fair game. I think that really just erodes our collective deterrence vis-a-vis Tehran and provides clues and hints to the Islamic Republic at a time when we should be having these conversations behind closed doors.
Look, there's a sense right now of almost anything's possible in terms of what's been accomplished recently with this vaunted enemy of Hezbollah in Lebanon. Look, without this, let's call it umbrella, that Hezbollah, that Iran built over the last decades, how vulnerable do we think the Iranian regime is right now to a strike of this nature?
I think the Islamic Republic is very vulnerable, but that does not mean it's not lethal. And so I think that has to be really discussed and debated and decided upon in the Israeli security establishment as to how to attack the Islamic Republic and to send a deterrent message and to change their decision-making calculus. I think that really will be probably the goal in the Israeli security establishment, because it's obvious that the April operation against the air defense system in Isfahan did not reestablish deterrence, meaning it did not dissuade the Islamic Republic from directly attacking Israel for the second time in October. So Israel is going to want to dissuade Tehran and make the costs outweigh the benefits of any future direct attack.
Look, as the policy director here, United Against Nuclear Iran, what set of actions are you pushing that should take place? In other words, to make sure that Iran does not acquire nuclear weapons?
Well, I think Israel and the United States have a strategic opportunity now with Hezbollah weakened. But Israel also has to consider that the United States is likely not to want to go there at this moment, given that we're only weeks ahead of a presidential election.
Is it unthinkable? Sorry, Jason, is it unthinkable in these next few weeks before the election that the U.S. would take an aggressive posture against Iran militarily?
I think it's highly unlikely, given the electoral calendar and also given the Biden administration's extreme risk aversion with respect to Iran. So, yes, I do think that is very unlikely at this moment. But I think that Israel has an opportunity in its own strike to demonstrate its capabilities of striking a wide range of targets. It can strike, doesn't have to only strike nuclear enrichment facilities that are buried underground in mountainous bunkers. It could strike supply chain infrastructure connected to the nuclear program. It could strike military targets, government buildings. It could engage in decapitation. So I think that Israel has the opportunity to demonstrate the full spectrum of its power with respect to the Islamic Republic, and I certainly hope it does so.
And Jason, does it have to be in this moment Israel, versus Iran? We're sort of whiting out the rest, not to use that term, but to white out the rest of the region, as if it's not there right now. We're looking at that. The U.S. on the sidelines of this. How critical are these regional, ostensibly partners for Israel against the Iranian axis?
Well, I do think that they're important, and also that's why we see a delay likely in the response. You need an intelligence picture, ideal operational conditions, and most importantly, you need to engage in diplomacy with the United States and its allies, not only in Europe, but also in the region. And I think that is what's happening behind closed doors, for there to be quiet conversations as to how to ensure that there is an integrated response, and that everyone is on the same page, and that there are no surprises, and that's what I think will be important as Israel marshals its response.
Well, we're all awaiting that anxiously in Israel, certainly, and around the world, and know a lot of eyes on the situation. Jason Brodsky, thanks for being with us from Washington.
Thank you.